Good morning. My name is Kathleen Picardi, and I teach a gentle therapeutic yoga class at the Scituate Rec Center. This is my very first yoga video, so bear with me. So let's begin by centering ourselves. Let's just move to the side and separate the flesh from the sitting bones and just feel those two sitting bones that we sit on rooting right down into our mat. And then bring the shoulders up, back, and down. Let's do that again. Up, back, and down. Let's slightly tuck the chin so it's parallel with our mat. And then, as though there was a string attached to the top of our head, drawing the crown up. Now I've noticed it looks like I'm going like this on the video because of the angle of my iPhone camera, but I'm not, so don't be mistaken if it looks like I'm doing this. So that said, let's roll the shoulders again, up, back, and down. Flip the palms, and you can bring your fingers together, the index and the thumb. And here we're just going to take a few moments, closing our eyes, to just center ourselves. Just transitioning from whatever we were doing prior to this. Quieting our minds. Even though we're sitting with that straight spine, try to feel relaxed. Feel at ease in your easy seat or sukhasana. And then we're going to focus on our breath. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. And don't force this. Try to make it full, but listen to your body. And if it feels forced, then just slow it down. So now there is a collective anxiety that we're all living through and around. So our breath is a great tool. And if you're feeling anxious, you might be breathing quickly, you might be feeling like you have shortness of breath. Just draw yourself back to your breath and try to make the exhale a little longer. So we'll take 3 more breaths here. Just trying to slow the breath down. And then we'll flutter open our eyes. Bring our arms all the way up, wide, as though you're gathering all this healing energy that surrounds us. Gaze up. And then reach the arms away like you're pushing the walls away and bring them back down. Cross in front. Bring them up again. This time, clasp the hands, the palms at the top of the head. Draw them right down to your heart center. And just feel the thumbs resting against your sternum. Here I invite you to set an intention. Whatever comes to mind, what brought you to your mat this morning. Take a deep inhale, and then bow your chin towards your chest as though your intention has already been accomplished. And then flutter open your eyes. Bring your arms down. And we'll just begin by taking some head circles. So bring your chin to your chest. And just turn your head left to right as though you were saying no. Just releasing any tension from the neck. And then bring the head back to center and draw your right ear to your right shoulder. I'm mirroring you. If you want to just bring your hands out to the sides or just leave them on your lap. So the one thing I would say is be aware of your breath, but don't force anything. Listen to your body. This is a gentle practice, and if it's your first time, there is a reason why it's called a practice, and every day is different. Inhale back up. Exhale over to the left. Feel the stretch on the right side of your neck, maybe going down into your shoulder. Inhale back up. Once again, just draw your chin to your chest. back up. Inhale the right arm up, and we'll just open on our right side through our ribs. Exhale, draw the arm over, just warming up the upper body, creating space in between the ribs, stretching those intercostal muscles that help with our breath. Reach away, root down at that right sitting bone as you reach away with your right fingertips. Draw the belly in, take 3 more breaths. And then draw the arm up, out, and down. Circle the shoulder a little bit. And then just sit for a moment and notice any difference from the right side to the left. And then we'll inhale the left arm up, reach high, feel the length, draw the belly in, exhale, over to the right. Push down on that left sitting bone, reach away with the left fingertips, and feel a long stretch from hip to fingertips. Draw the belly in, and again, connect with your breath. Comfortable, full breath. Draw the belly in as we bring the arm up again, inhaling, exhaling out and down. Circle up, back and down a couple of times. And then reverse, up, forward and down. Now we're going to take a twist. Twisting is detoxifying. So take your right hand, I'm not mirroring you this time, right hand to the left thigh. Take your left hand behind you like a kickstand. Inhale, draw the belly in, draw the crown of the head up. Exhale, gently twist, gazing over the left shoulder, initiating the twist through the ribs, the chest, and then the shoulders. Come to a comfortable twist. If you go all the way back and you feel like you're really forcing it and you're having a hard time breathing, back out a little bit. Breathe fully. So this detoxifying twist helps with our digestive system, helps with elimination, and it helps hydrate the spine. And then come back to center. We'll go to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, rotate right. Same thing. Gazing over that right shoulder, drawing that right shoulder back, and again, listening to your body. Coming back to center. Now we'll just neutralize the spine a little bit. Just draw the soles of the feet together. Sit tall on the inhale. Exhale, hinge from the hips, lengthening your spine, clasping the feet or the ankles, and just allow your head to just hang down. Soften the shoulders and the neck. No tension in the upper body. And just feel the lengthening of the spine and that nice stretch in the lumbar spine. If you have any tension through the shoulders, neck, just imagine that that tension is leaving your body, just falling off the shoulders, dripping right into the earth. Take another inhale. As you exhale, draw the belly in, draw your hands back up your legs. Sit tall. And now we'll go into our table pose on our hands and knees. So bringing our hands on the mat, spreading the fingers like a starfish. Make sure that you have full contact with the mat, with all 5 finger pads as well as the palm. You don't want to put too much pressure on your wrists. And your knees are right underneath your hips, wrists right underneath your shoulders. So now we're going to do some spinal flexion. So we're going to dip the belly and gaze up, breathing in. And then we're going to do the counter pose. We're going to exhale, tucking our chin to our chest, tucking our tailbone, slowly rounding that spine all the way from the lumbar spine, pushing into the hands, pushing into the knees, anything that's touching the mat, into a cat pose. And then we'll come back where we started, back to cow, drawing our heart forward, shoulders back, inhaling, gazing up, exhaling, tucking and rounding back to our cat pose. So you see what we're doing here. We're moving the spine in opposing positions, lubricating and lengthening. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, tuck and round. And then we're going to lengthen our right leg. Tuck the toes under, slide your foot away. Your foot is on the mat. Reach that heel away. Push into whatever's touching the mat, your leg and your hands. Draw the belly in and feel that stretch in the right leg. And then just rock back and forth on the ball of your foot, reaching that heel away, igniting the hamstring. Back, just a few more like this. Belly's engaged. One more. And then we're going to inhale that same leg, the right leg, to hip height. Maybe you want to turn around and gaze and make sure it is at hip height. Dial the toes down, push into what's touching the mat, draw the belly in, draw the crown away, and take 3 full breaths here. So we're lengthening our spine, our leg. We're working on our core by drawing the belly in. And now we're going to extend the left arm for some balance. So reach the arm away as though you were shaking hands, getting ready to shake hands. And if this is not comfortable for you, if you're a little wobbly, bring the hand back down. Maybe you come in and out of it. Just listen to your body, and if this is one of your first classes, just be patient with yourself. And then exhale the hand and the knee back down. Let's take a couple more cat-cow poses just to neutralize the spine. Sometimes when we extend like that, you get a little pressure in the lumbar spine. So we'll dip the belly again for cow pose, inhaling, gazing up. And we'll exhale, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, rounding that spine. Do 2 more like that. Inhaling, this is a great pose to do in the morning. 1 more. My Boston accent just showed. Morning. And now we'll switch sides. Left side, curl the toes, slide that foot away, reach the heel away. Feel the quad ignited, the hamstring is stretching, and again, we'll rock forward and back, just waking up that hamstring on the left leg. Again, our belly's engaged, we're pushing into the mat, so we're not sinking into our right hip, we're not sinking into the bones, using our core muscles here, and then come back to center. Inhale, lift the left leg, dial the toes down. Imagine there's a wall right behind you and you're trying to plant your footprint on the wall. Belly in, and again, we'll extend, working on our balance, reaching that right hand away, reaching that left foot away. Try to soften through the shoulders, push into the mat, and breathe. If you're a little wobbly, fine. Exhale, hand and knee back down. This time we'll circle the shoulders and do like a mini cat-cow. I'm sorry, not the shoulders, the hips. Come back, forward, drawing the chest up. As you circle around, you start to tuck your chin. As you come back, tuck your tailbone over to the left and up. One more time in this direction. It feels really soothing on the spine, particularly the lumbar spine. And then we'll change directions. Back to neutral. We're going to extend the right leg again, roll it onto the ball of the foot, reach it away. And this time we're going to slide the foot on the mat over to our left, gazing over our left shoulder, pushing the right hip towards the right, and feel that opening on the right side from the shoulder down into the hip. 3 breaths here. And then draw the foot back, place the knee down. Go to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, extend the left leg, reach the heel away, and slowly and mindfully draw that leg all the way over to the right. Gaze over that right shoulder as you reach away with the left heel. Again, feel that stretch on the left side, through the ribs, the hip. Inhale, exhale, back to center. And now I'm going to take a child pose. So spread your knees. And if you have sensitive knees, you could put a towel or a blanket down under your knees. And also you could roll one behind your thighs, in between your calf and your thighs. Send the hips back towards the heels. Draw the hands away, extending the arms. Surrender your forehead down into child pose. Take a deep breath in and an audible sigh out through the mouth. And just enjoy this pose. There's so much to be said for this pose. It is a resting pose, as you can notice, but also feel the stretch through your spine, the stretch across through your hips, your sacrum, the inner groin, the knees. And it's also very soothing for the nervous system. So this is another posture that you can come into if you're feeling anxious. Sometimes it's a great posture first thing in the morning after getting out of bed, lengthening the spine. Exhale, draw the hands back up. Now we're going to do a little yoga for the feet. Curl the toes. Sit back on the heels. Again, listen to your body. If you can't come all the way back on the heels, come up to your knees and just curling the toes underneath. We're stretching the ligaments and the fascia at the bottom of our feet. Our feet, we stand on them all day long. They're our foundation. And then come forward, back onto your hands, and just tap the tops of your feet just to get the blood circulating again. So from tabletop pose, now we're going to open our shoulders. So let's come back into child pose. So spread the knees, bring the toes together again, send the hips back, draw the left arm up and draw the right arm right down, the hand right underneath your shoulder, the right shoulder, and then slide it over to the left across the mat, right about at chest height. And then turn to the left, placing your right shoulder and your right cheek down to thread the needle, releasing the tension in the right shoulder, getting a nice stretch across the upper back and shoulder girdle. Head is on the mat, or if it doesn't come all the way down, you can place a blanket or a towel underneath your head. And just surrender in the pose. Feel the softness in the back, releasing any tension, softening the muscles in the spine, the back, the hips. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, drawing the left hand back underneath the left shoulder, pushing into that hand to lift you up, releasing the right hand, and we'll change sides, drawing the right hand all the way to the top of the mat, sliding the left arm all the way as far as you can over to the right, and then surrendering the left shoulder, left cheek back, and again, just relax. Stay with your breath. Notice the rise of the upper back on your inhale. And then sweet surrender as you exhale. Take 2 more like that. And then inhale that right hand back. Push into the hand, lifting yourself back up. Release that left arm. Come back up onto your hands and knees. Walk the knees back a little bit. And now we're going to hinge forward with our upper torso and keeping the elbows by the sides. We're going to come down onto our belly. We're going to prepare for cobra pose. Lower your belly down onto the mat. Keep the hands right underneath the shoulders. Hug the elbows so they're almost like they're glued to your side. Reach the toes away. You're on the top of the feet. Feel the hips, the hip bones on the mat. Draw the crown of the head away. You're looking down at the mat. Inhale, and as you exhale, draw the belly in, lift your chest. So you're using your lower back muscles as well as your hands, but try to use those lower back muscles, not just your hands. So we're in a back bend here, working the lower spine, and we're also opening up our heart. Feel the stretch across your collarbones. Exhale, come down. Rest your forehead down on the mat. Soften all the muscles in your buttocks, hips, and back. We're going to do that again. Inhale, draw the belly in, lift the chest, keep those elbows hugging the ribs. Feel the chest lifting. Breathe. Shoulders away from the ears. Lower down again. This time, let's bring our arms, our forearms on top of each other, making a pillow. Bring our forehead down, bend our knees, and just send the feet left to right like windshield wipers, just releasing any tension from the lower back and shoulders as well. And then lower one leg, and then the other leg. Draw the hands back under the shoulders. Push into the hands as we come back onto our hands and knees, back to our table pose. From here, we're going to step forward with our right foot, and our ankle is stacked right under our right knee. We're going to push up onto that left leg and right foot. Draw the belly in, slight tuck in the tailbone, shoulders down. So we're in a bit of a lunge. If you lean forward, you'll feel a stretch right here in your hip flexor. Come back, reach forward, stretching that hip flexor. Just a gentle stretch, come back. One more time. And now this time we're going to inhale our arms overhead, keeping that knee stacked over the ankle. Inhale up, pushing down into our feet and that left leg, drawing the belly in, reaching the arms up. Chin is parallel with the earth, or you could look up slightly. Try to keep the shoulders in their sockets. Take a few breaths. Exhale the hands back to frame that front foot. And now we're going to take it into a crescent lunge. So by this, we're going to lift our knee and come onto the ball of the back foot. So we're in a complete runner's lunge. And you can stay here. The back leg is extended. Push into both feet so the weight is evenly distributed. And then with focus, taking your time, reach the hands up. You can bring a slight bend into the back knee if that feels good, and feel the hips sinking down. You can stay here with your hands on your hips, or you can come back to your runner's lunge. If your hands are on your hips, the next step, you could reach the arms up like we were, and this is crescent lunge. Reach that back heel away. Take a few breaths here. Feel that deep stretch in the hamstring and hip flexor of the left leg. Draw the thighs together energetically so we have a strong foundation. Our feet, our legs are supporting us. We're rooting down to the feet, rising through the hands. Exhale, frame that foot with your hands. Bring the left knee down. Bring the right knee to meet it. Come back to child pose for a moment. And then draw the hands back up. And anytime during the practice, if you feel like you need to take a little break, come into child pose, because again, as I said, it's a resting pose, but you're also getting a nice stretch through the back and the hips. So now we'll do that same thing on the left side. Left ankle is underneath the knee. Push into both feet, the top of the right foot, the bottom of the left foot. You can keep your hands on your hips here if you'd like. Feel that strong foundation, rooting down into what's touching the mat. Inhale the arms up. Lengthen. Maybe smile. Exhale, bring the hands down. Curl the toes, reach that right leg away. Runner's lunge on this side, reaching the heel away, drawing the thighs together so you have a strong foundation. Again, you can stay here, or you can come here with your hands on your waist, or here. Always making modifications, and it's a practice. So we can start slow and slowly work up, but whatever you do, lower the knee, draw this knee back. Always listen to your body, and whatever you're doing a great stretch for your body, regardless of where you are. Maybe one day, and let's just circle the hips. Maybe sometimes you only have 10 or 15 minutes. Just do a few stretches. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Maybe you do a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon, and then circle the opposite way. Connecting with your breath. And now we're going to prepare to come up into downward dog. So we're going to do some standing postures. So again, the hands are right underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, your head is looking down at the mat. Lifting your knees, draw your chest right to the thighs. Lift the hips. And to begin with, keep a bend in the knees. Allow your head to hang. Push into the hands. Feel all 5 finger pads. Lift those hips again, maybe a little higher. And now let's walk it out, bending one knee, bringing the opposite heel towards the mat, and then change sides, gently stretching out the hamstrings. Breathe. And then come back down onto your knees. We'll do that again. Take a couple of breaths here. Reconnect with your breath and come back to whatever that intention was that you set. And we'll come back to downward dog again. Curl the toes, push into the hands and knees. Allow your head to just hang, relax neck. Keeping the knees bent, sending the chest towards those thighs, pushing the hips up and straightening out the legs. Maybe a little more now. The goal is to get the heels to the mat, but don't worry about it if they don't come. Just come to your place where you're feeling a deep stretch. And we'll stay in stillness here for 3 breaths. Pushing into the hands, keeping the belly engaged, shoulders open a little bit if you draw the elbows down. Breathe. Feel the inner edges of the hand as well. And now we're going to walk to the top of the mat. Bend your knees. And then separate the feet slightly and just dangle forward. Releasing any tension. Feel that wonderful stretch through the backs of the legs, thighs, spine, shoulders. If you'd like to clasp your elbows and just let your upper back open wide. So you're getting a stretch across your shoulders as well as down your spine and legs. Allow the head to hang, your neck is relaxed. Take 3 more breaths here.
Release the hands, and we're slowly going to roll up to a standing mountain pose, stacking vertebrae over vertebrae. Mindful movement. Your shoulders come up, back, and down, and the head comes up last. I'll move back, but you should be at the top of your mat. Stand nice and tall, arms by your sides. So let's start with our feet, our foundation here. Let's lift the toes, separate them, lift them off the mat, and just bring them down one at a time. Starting with the pinky toe right up to the big toe, and then just roll from the outer edge of the foot to the inner edge of the foot. Just feeling the entire foot, all the ligaments, muscles in the bottom of the feet come up onto your tippy toes, down onto your heels. Back up and down. And then come to stillness. We're going to inhale the arms up, lift, gaze up. Exhale the arms down. We're going to do that again, but this time we're going to come up onto our tippy toes again and try to do a little balance. If you stop losing your balance and you need to walk around on the mat, that's absolutely fine. Inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet, reach the arms up, feel those calves and ankles working, feel that balance. Take 3 more breaths. Lower the arms, the heels down, bring the arms out, and we're going to hinge from the hips, leading with the heart, reaching the crown away, and we're going to come right down into dangling pose again. Take a few breaths. And now we'll draw our hands to our shins. Inhale into a half lift, drawing the crown away. Take a few breaths, feel that nice length in the spine, the stretch in the backs of the legs. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Fold again. We'll do that again. Inhale, hands to shins. Half lift, belly in, shoulders down. Feel the stretch. Find your breath. Exhale down, and we'll roll back up to standing mountain pose. Shoulders come up, back, and down. Palms face forward, just to expand through the collarbones. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel all 4 corners of the feet on your mat, weight evenly distributed. Tuck the belly, reach the shoulders back and down. Chin is parallel with the mat, and the crown of the head reaches up. Inhale once again. Exhale, reach the arms away and down. From here, if you're at the top of the mat, which you probably are, I moved back so you could see me. We're going to come into Warrior One. So take a big step back with your left foot. And then just slide the left foot like a 45-degree angle towards the left. So your right leg, they're not in line with each other. You want to be able to move your hips forward. Bend into the right knee. And if it doesn't easily stack over the ankle, do the best you can. Maybe you only bend it this time, this way for now. Just listen to your body. We just don't want the knee coming beyond the ankle. Puts too much pressure on the knee. So again, turning the hips and the chest forward, root down into the feet, draw the belly in, reach up with the crown of the head, and breathe. Weight is evenly distributed in that straight back leg and the bent front leg. And then if you feel like you want to lift your arms up into a full expression of Warrior One, rooting down, rise with the fingertips. Breathe. And then from Warrior One, we're going to transition into Warrior Two. So bring the left arm behind you, the right arm out in front, pivot that back foot so the toes face the side of the mat. And the right heel lines up with the arch or the heel of the back foot. Gaze over those right fingertips. I'll change my position so you can see me at a different angle. Again, we have the bend in the front knee, straight back leg. We try to keep our torso stacked over our hips. Take 3 more breaths. Reaching away with the fingertips, softening through the shoulders. Exhale the arms down, straighten out that leg. Turn the toes forward, and we'll do the same thing on the other side, reversing it. We'll go into warrior 2 on this side. Turn the toes to the left, bend into the left knee. So you'll notice again, the front heel of the left leg lines up with the arch or the heel of the back. Straight back leg, bent front leg, arms out at shoulder height, belly's engaged. Gaze over those left fingertips and breathe. Exhale the arms down, straighten out that leg, turn the toes to face forward, and we'll heel and toe our feet back together again. Stand in your mountain pose for a few breaths. We're going to do warrior 1 on this side, but just take a few breaths before we do. So now, if you're not at the top of the mat, I have 2 mats just for demonstration. We're going to take warrior 1 on the opposite side. So come to the top of the mat if you're not already there. Step back with your right foot this time. Slide those toes to the right a little bit. Keep that back leg straight and strong. Turn the hips forward and bend into the front knee. If you step back too far and you feel wobbly here, just make any adjustments you need to make. You want to feel comfortable starting out, and you want to have a strong foundation. And again, if you feel more comfortable just getting used to the pose by establishing your foundation and staying here for now, focusing on your breath and your alignment, that's wonderful, because those are the 2 important things, your foundation, your alignment. And then inhale up. Feel the strength in those legs, the extension to the spine. One more breath in. Exhale the arms back down. We're going to take a big step or several small steps with that back foot and bring it up to meet the front leg. Shake it out. Just sway the arms back and forth. Relaxing, releasing, and come back to the top of your mat, back to mountain pose. We're going to come back down onto our mat for some cool down stretches, but we're going to do it with a sun salutation, bringing the arms out like we did before, inhaling the arms all the way up, lift, lengthen, exhale, reach those arms away, feel the expansion through the chest as we hinge with our hips, leading with our heart, folding our arms right down. Walk the hands to the top of the mat into downward dog. Get yourself settled. Feel the 5 finger pads, the palms of the hands. Keep that belly engaged. Bend the knees if it feels good. Maybe a few times, and then straightening, trying to bring the heels as close to the mat as you can. Allow your head to hang. Come to stillness for 3 breaths. And from here, we'll come back down onto our knees. Walk the hands forward a little bit. We're going to come back down onto our bellies into our cobra pose. Inhale, draw the chest forward. Our shoulders are stacked over our wrists. Bending the elbows, keeping the elbows by our sides. We're coming back down into Cobra. Push into the hands, draw the belly in, draw the shoulders back, inhale back up to Cobra. Exhale down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, belly in, lift up to Cobra. Exhale back to child pose. Widening the knees, bringing the big toes together. Send the hips back and gently release and relax the forehead down. Just gently turn your head left to right, massaging that third eye right in the middle of your eyebrows, just a little bit above. It's our place of intuition, helps with focus. And then walk the hands back towards your knees and come to one side and bring the legs out in front of you. We're going to prepare to come down onto our backs. So with your knees bent, hands on the shins, tuck your chin, tuck the tailbone, and slowly roll down onto your back, bringing your knees with you. Hug the knees and rock from side to side. Massaging that lower back, softening the muscles in the back. And then we're going to take a spinal twist. Draw the arms all the way out at shoulder height. Soften the muscles in the shoulders and the back. Inhale, and just allow the knees to fall off to the left, trying to keep that right shoulder down on the mat. If it lifts, you could place it down on a blanket, or you could place some kind of a support underneath your knees. If it's okay on your neck, turn your head to the right. Breathe into the twist. So again, this is detoxifying, helping with our digestion, again, hydrating the spine. Just imagine any anxiety, any negativity, we're twisting right out of our system, wringing it out. If you want a deeper stretch in the right hip, you could extend the top leg so it comes straight out from the hip. You'll feel a deeper sensation here. And if it's too much with the arms out, you can bend the elbows. It softens the shoulders. So now we're going to come out of this pose. So if the leg is extended, bend the knee, draw the belly in, and either use your core to come back to center or guide your knees with your left hand. Once you come to the center, pause, hugging the knees, feeling that low back, the lumbar spine on the mat. Maybe bringing your head up, making yourself into a little ball, and then coming back down, drawing the arms out at shoulder height again. Tucking the chin so the back of the neck is extended. Inhale, and then allow the knees to fall off to the right. And either keep your head here, or turn it to the left, or straight up, whatever feels best on your neck. Always listening to your body, doing what feels best for you. You want to feel good after the practice. And again, we build up slowly over time. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, bring the knees back to center. Hug them one more time. And now we're going to prepare for Shavasana. So release the legs, draw the soles of the feet back down onto the mat. Draw one leg away. And then draw the opposite leg away. So the feet are a little bit wider than your hips. Bring the arms by your sides, palms face up. Again, a little tuck in the chin. Close your eyes and just scan your body and notice what you're feeling. We've been moving energy around through our body, so you might feel a little tingling in the hands or the legs. Just feel the body slowly relaxing, letting go, a sense of almost like a melting into the mat. And then bring your focus to your feet as we slowly work our body up, feeling the bottoms of your feet, relaxing the toes, the bottoms of the feet and the tops of the feet. And then draw your focus to the ankles, feel that's letting go and softness. And then we come up to the shins and the calves. Softening, letting go. This part of the class, this posture is just as important as all the others. We allow our body to integrate everything we've done and then draw the attention to the thighs, into the hips. Feel the softening, releasing the muscles. Come to your lumbar spine. Focus on your spine. It's in alignment. It's supported by the floor and the mat. The discs are stacked one over the other. Our chest is soft. The shoulders relax. Any tension you had in the beginning has left your body. The shoulders, as they melt into the mat, they send a sense of release down the arms into the elbows, forearms, wrists and hands. Fingertips relax. Maybe you feel a little tingling or a pulsing. The neck, the jaw, all the muscles in the face are relaxed, as well as the forehead. The eyes rest underneath the eyelids. The breath is soft. You might even notice pauses in between the breath. Complete surrender. Continue to rest for a few more breaths. Just allowing the body complete surrender.
Begin to draw your attention back to your breath, making it a little fuller and a little deeper. And then draw your attention to your fingers, bringing a little movement into the fingers and the toes, maybe even rolling them in one direction, circling in the opposite direction, just gently bringing our focus back to our awareness, transitioning from that total rest back to awareness, sensing the space around you. And then draw your knees to your chest, hugging them once again, maybe rocking from side to side. And then when you're ready, while your knees are hugged into your chest, just roll over to whatever side feels natural. And just use your bottom arm as a little pillow and just rest in a fetal position for a few breaths as we prepare to come back to our Sukhasana, seated cross-legged pose. And then when you're ready, push into that upper hand, bringing yourself back up, joining me in cross-legged pose. And if this is not comfortable for you, just find a position. You can extend your legs. And with eyes closed, bring your hands back to your heart center in prayer pose or Anjali Mudra. Feel that rooting down through the hips and the sitting bones, rising through the crown of the head. Breathe in one last time into that intention you set. And then exhale, bringing your chin to your chest, honoring yourself for your dedication to your well-being. I thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. The light in me honors and bows to the light in each of you. Namaste. Have a peaceful day, everybody, and don't forget your breath. See you next time.